If a girl asks these questions, she's not just making conversation, she's flirting. Recognizing her subtle signals can turn small talk into real connection. In this video, I'll show you exactly what she means and the perfect way to respond that keeps the chemistry sizzling. If she asks you, "What's a fun fact about you?" she's not just being polite. This is one of the most playful, low-risk ways a woman flirts. It's her way of saying, "Surprise me, intrigue me. Let me see what makes you different from the rest." The key is to respond with something that captures attention without sounding like you're trying too hard. Say something vivid, something she can visualize. If you tell her, "I once lived off-grid in a van for 3 months," that says volumes more about you than "I play guitar." Specificity is memorable. And after you share, turn the question back. Ask her for her fun fact. Keep the energy balanced like a tennis match, light, fast, reactive. This isn't just trivia, it's testing for chemistry. Then there's the food question. What's your favorite dish or place to eat? Again, not just casual talk. Food is a universal language, but this question is often layered with subtext. If she's bringing up restaurants, she's imagining what it would be like to sit across from you at a table. She wants to know if your tastes align, not just in cuisine, but in vibe. When you respond, don't just name a food, build a scene. There's this little Mexican spot downtown with no sign and the best homemade tortillas I've ever tasted. The kind of place you'd only find by accident. You've just created a movie in her mind, and now she wants to be in that scene. Bonus points if you throw in something unexpected. I make a mean tiramisu, by the way. It's kind of my secret weapon. Next, the hidden talents question. When she asks, "Do you have any hidden talents?" she's inviting flirtation. This isn't a job interview. She's not evaluating your resume. She wants to know what's underneath the surface, what parts of you don't get shown to everyone. She's looking for playfulness, a glimpse into the version of you that comes out when the walls are down. So don't say something bland like, "I'm good at math." Say, "I can fold a fitted sheet in under 10 seconds. Or, "I have a weird ability to guess people's coffee orders before they say them." Let her laugh. Let her imagine you in a different light. And then flip the curiosity back on her. "Okay, now you, what's something I'd never guess you're good at?" The trick is to keep her playing, keep her wondering. Flirting is about questions that don't need perfect answers. It's about creating a rhythm, a shared moment, an inside joke. If she asks, "What do you usually do for fun?" she's trying to step closer into your world. This is more than just filler. She's trying to see what excites you, what kind of life you live when you're not working, and whether she fits into it. If you answer this question with enthusiasm and depth, you're giving her a peek into the emotional tone of your life. If you say, "I'm into trail running and photography," don't stop there. Tell her about the time you chased a sunrise at 5 a.m. just to catch the perfect shot. That's an image. That's emotion. Then bring her into the frame. What about you? What's your perfect day off? Now, it's no longer a list of hobbies. It's storytelling, shared experiences in the making. When she comments on your physique with something like, "Do you work out?" or "You look really fit," she's complimenting you. But she's also watching how you handle compliments. This is her way of throwing you a little flirt grenade to see what you do with it. Shrinking away or brushing it off too quickly, missed opportunity. Going too hard or bragging, that's a turnoff. The sweet spot is to own it playfully. "Yeah, I try to stay in shape, mostly so I can lift my groceries in one trip and impress grandmas at the farmer's market." You're showing that you're confident without arrogance. Then pivot. "You look like you've got a solid gym game too. What's your secret?" You've returned the flirt, kept it light, and now the spark is mutual. These exchanges are rarely about fitness. They're about attention, attraction, and the comfort to play. Now let's talk about the astrology question. When a woman asks, "What's your sign?" she may or may not believe in astrology, but that's not the point. She's using it as a playful excuse to analyze your personality, tease you a little, and start a conversation that feels both personal and unserious. If you answer with just your sign and no attitude, you're missing a chance. Try something like, "I'm a Gemini, so depending on the hour, I'm either your favorite person or a charming nightmare." You're embracing the stereotype with humor. You're giving her something to push back on, something to laugh about. Then ask hers. No matter what she says, you can play with it. Oh no, Scorpio? That explains the mysterious vibes. This isn't about zodiac compatibility. It's about having a script for light teasing that feels intimate without being intense. Now here's something that often goes unnoticed. When she starts asking you follow-up questions that dig just a little deeper. Maybe she circles back to something you said earlier, or she asks for more details. That's not just interest, it's investment. If she remembers your favorite movie from 5 minutes ago and brings it back up when a new topic comes up, that's her showing attention. The best move? Acknowledge it with charm. Look at you, remembering details. I like that. It rewards her effort, keeps the flirtation alive, and sets a tone of mutual attention. Sometimes it's not what she asks, but how she asks. Tone matters. If she leans in when she talks to you, lowers her voice just a little, holds eye contact a little longer than necessary, that's not just conversation, that's connection. And when she asks questions that sound normal, but with that energy, that's where the signal lies. So when she asks, what kind of music do you like? Don't just rattle off genres. Say something like, my playlist is mostly late-night drives and movie soundtracks. The kind of songs that make you feel like you're in a scene. Now you've invited her into your mood, your tone, your emotional space. That's flirtation at its finest. There's another level of flirtation in questions that suggest future time together. Questions like, have you ever been to? Or would you ever try? Are subtle invitations. If she says, would you ever go skydiving? And laughs nervously, she's not testing your thrill-seeker level. She's imagining doing something exciting with you. Respond with something vivid and a little bold. Only if you're going first. I need someone to show me how it's done. You've turned her question into shared momentum. Or if she asks, have you been to that jazz bar downtown? You can say, not yet, but now I'm thinking it's overdue. We should fix that. These are the soft pitches. She's tossing the ball to you. You just have to swing. Even more subtle are the questions that hint at emotional availability. If she asks, do you believe people can really fall in love quickly? Or do you think timing is everything in relationships? These are loaded questions masked in philosophical curiosity. She's not asking for a TED Talk. She's asking for a read on your emotional depth. If you answer honestly and with a touch of vulnerability, I think it can happen when people meet at the right frequency. Yeah? You're showing that you're emotionally open without being too heavy. Follow up with your own version. Why? Have you ever fallen fast? Now the dialogue is no longer surface level. It's tethered to real, shared emotional curiosity. Sometimes flirtation hides in challenges. When she playfully disagrees with you or says, you really think that's true? She's not attacking your opinion. She's inviting tension. And tension is the heart of attraction. If she says, pineapple on pizza is a crime, and you do like pineapple on pizza, lean into it. Wow, we're already arguing like an old married couple. Should I be worried? Banter is a safe zone for flirtation because it keeps things energized. She wants to know you can handle a little push and pull, that you won't fold under playful pressure. Responding with wit, not defensiveness, keeps her engaged. And let's not forget, sometimes the flirtation is in repetition. If she keeps finding reasons to keep the conversation going, that's intentional. Even if she's just asking, wait, what was that movie you mentioned earlier? Or remind me, where did you grow up again? She's stretching the moment. She's giving you chances to stay in her space. Don't rush it. Let it breathe. If the conversation circles naturally, it means it's flowing. And when it flows, it grows. When she asks about your past, like what was your childhood like? Or have you ever been in love? She's not just curious. She's testing emotional safety. She wants to know if you have depth, if you can go there without shutting down or making it awkward. Responding to these with openness, but not overexposure, is key. Share a personal memory, but don't unload. Make it real, but keep it light. I had a pretty wild imagination as a kid. Used to believe I was a time traveler. Maybe I still do. Now you've made it personal and charming. That's the balance. And when the questions start getting oddly specific, like, would you date someone who's super into astrology? Or, would you ever move for love? You're deep in flirtation territory. These aren't hypotheticals. They're her way of framing herself, seeing how you'd respond to a version of her. When she asks, "Would you ever do long distance?" and you say, "Only if the person's worth it," you're signaling that you understand emotional commitment, but you value connection. These are test balloons. Float your answers carefully. Finally, when she starts asking questions that bring attention back to the two of you. Do you think we'd get along on a road trip? Or if we'd met in high school, do you think we would have dated? She's no longer asking about you. She's asking about us. This is imagination. Projection. It's her way of seeing if there's a future here worth exploring. And your answer can make or break the spark. Don't be coy. Don't play it off. Say something like, "We would have gotten kicked out of class for laughing too much." Flirtation complete. Connection secured. Game changed.